Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Scarfinger, and this is the new Scarcasm.
Woohoo!
Chase is in the building.
That I am.
And the new permanent third chair, third wheel, just a guy. No, I'm kidding. Geeks with Color representative Sam is in the building, and he's going to be on. He's going to be on the show with us, and that's the reason why we switch nights. We used to record on Thursday nights, and now we're going to try this Sunday thing for a while and see how it goes. And if there's any changes after that, we're going to get everything popping. I will say, if you're watching this on YouTube, you are watching it from the current place where we're going to put all of our things, which is the Geeks Gone Raw Universe YouTube page, feed. What do you call it? It's just a YouTube page, right? There's going to be some more changes coming. I'm going to have Chase do a once over on the website, geeksgoneraw.com, and I'm doing some extra things with the painting and all kinds of stuff. There's a Patreon coming, like, so if y'all want to put in on this, like we were, you know what I'm saying? Dogs. We'll greatly appreciate that. But there's like some changes. There's gonna be some giveaways. I've been trying to figure out what I was going to do with the Patreon, and I'm thinking I might add cookies to the Patreon as a monthly giveaway.
Oh, snap.
Nah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Now I will say, when I went to North Carolina, I did not feel like making cookies, so Chase has not had cookies yet. Chase has not had cookies, but you have. So, like, you can attest to the greatness therein. But yeah, I was thinking about adding cookies to the Patreon, but like that's, if I do the cookies, that's gonna be like the $20 level. Like, I ain't about to just do cookies for nobody. Like, it's about to be some real things popping right now. But yeah, man. So like there's some changes coming, and we appreciate everybody that's rode with us this far. We have drastically increased downloads since Chase has been on the show, and like things are just going very well. And we hope that in this new year, with some of the changes and some of the things and people that we're adding, it just makes everything that much better. So before there's some things I want to talk about. I just released a video on the painting YouTube, and I feel like there's some things that need to be discussed, but I don't know whether I should talk about that now or whether I should hold on to it. It's up to y'all.
Go ahead and get it out off your chest, man.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So
tell us how you feel.
I've been having some issues with keeping my things charged. I use an old phone to record everything, and then I have a light that I use. It's a really bright LED light that I use, and I've been having issues keeping everything charged. So I went to do, like, people have been asking me like a full tutorial video. So I set out to do a full tutorial video where I'm sitting there and I'm mixing up my paints and stuff like that, because I never show all of that on the camera. So I record the first part with me just sitting in the chair, and mixing up the paint and talking about this. And like, bruh, I am noticing that, first of all, my little apron thing, it was supposed to be for adults. It's not for an adult my size. And I understand this. In most cases, with the video tilted down, focused on the painting, most people don't notice this, but I do. But I'm sitting in the chair, and it's pretty late at night, and I'm noticing that the apron is caught under my man boobs. And like, while I'm watching this video of me sitting there, it is the only thing I can see. I can only see this thing just under my man boobs the whole time while I'm sitting there. And it is bothering the piss out of me. And I'm like, I don't want to record this whole thing over again, because, to be honest, the whole video took like hours to record, because I had to stop at some point.
But was that part like right at the top of the video?
Yeah, it's just me sitting in the chair.
you could crop it and make it like that cinema scope, and then it looks all artistic. Then it would look all artistic, and you would crop out your man boobs.
Oh no, I can't. Here's why I can't.
Okay.
Because first of all, it's cutting off the top of my head, so it's like the top of my head is like cut off. But sorry, I hit my microphone. The paint in the cups that I am mixing is on the table in front of me, and they're barely in the frame. So like my man boobs is like in the middle of the frame.
Oh, that's what I was asking, if it was at the top of the screen.
No. Technically it's at the middle. It's in the middle of the screen, so I can't really cut that out because I either would have to cut off the cups, or I would have to cut off my head. So it just bothers me so much. And then like the way that I put it on, I'm sitting in the chair, and my shirt, I wear this green shirt that I got a long time ago. It was just a shirt that mostly I wear around the house, but I got paint on it and the paint won't come off. So I typically wear that shirt when I'm painting. So I don't mess up any more clothes. It's all like bunched up weirdly around my apron. And like, these are things that like, if I didn't say anything, no one would notice. Like no one would notice this at all. But like for real, it's bothering me so much. I sat there and I watched that video while I was editing, because there were certain parts that I did have to cut out. It was limited cuts, and it's bothered me so much. Then the last one. This is only for the people who actually go and watch those videos. I got like 23 subscribers, so I know it's not a lot of you. Okay, so your boy forgot that the camera was like it's kind of wide, and I didn't tie up my trash, so like my trash is like overflowing on the side. Like only if you're paying attention, like my trash is kind of like overflowing on the side, and it just looks really terrible. Like it looks really bad. But I, like people have been watching the video. I seem to be getting some pretty decent feedback, and a lot of people have said like, wow, I went through everything step by step, and I tried to include as much as I possibly could that I could think of while trying to still do. I did 3 paintings in the video, and it was an undertaking to say the least. But I got through it, and like once I get past the part where I'm sitting there, it works out a whole lot better for me looking at myself.
Nice.
I really hate looking at myself. Like it's so bad. And look, I just pulled up the video and I can see it now, and it just bothered me all over again. Yep. I got 4 views on it. I released it like 3:00 in the morning last night.
Nice.
So, yeah.
You don't keep those because those videos are in a playlist on the new YouTube channel too. So, anybody hasn't subscribed yet that's watching now on this hasn't subscribed to the painting video, you can find the painting videos in the playlist
Word up.
This live stream. So, but yeah, we have 3 pretty much new stream spots. I made them just on a whim because it was restreamed, so I thought, why not? But the Mixer was, of course, by necessity of ease of getting the video. So we have mixer.com/Geeks Gone Raw Universe. The Twitch, actually, I made that before I decided to use it for the podcast, but that's just twitch.tv/Nepo. And then, of course, this one. So,
they actually let you use Nepo, because I tried to use Nepo back in a long time ago when we used to do NCAA football leagues, and for some reason EA is like, that's a bad word, you can't use that. I'm like, what part of that is wrong? And they wouldn't let me use it like straight up. They wouldn't let me use it as an acronym. None. They just like, really? Nah, you can't use that.
Oh. I don't know, man. It's Twitch. It's just straight up just Nepo. So yeah, all those are in the show notes. The YouTube one, of course, is just a long URL, but in the show notes is the tiny URL / YT Scarcasm.
Yeah, because we're gonna need those. We're gonna need those subscribers, especially on YouTube, because you can't change your name until you get like 100, right?
Right.
Right now we have 7.
And YouTube's the only one that's so like that puts a custom URL behind getting big. Like on Twitch, it's just
everything.
like it's like straight up. Oh yeah, you're your own. You're your username. Mixer, you're your username. YouTube's like, no, you're all these characters until we say you're not.
It's just the numbers and letters.
Right. You're ASCII code.
Yeah.
Shout out to all my nerds that got that joke. All right, so we didn't do a show last week. So how was your New Year?
My New Year was.
No, we're gonna start with Sam.
Okay.
Because he hasn't said very much so far.
It was just a regular night. I mean, I actually went to work and then got out like early enough to go do something, but I just didn't want to do anything. I just sat home. Fired nachos.
I see you. See, I was going to say Sam again. Chase, I'm gonna have to work out the whole naming thing. Like, I got to make sure that I don't call each of you each other. Like, it's gonna be weird. Chase.
Yeah, my New Year was, which is funny. We haven't had a show since Christmas, so we could talk about some Christmas. I mean, I know you talked about.
I forgot about the Christmas. I forgot about the Christmas stuff.
Yeah. We've had a show for a while.
Yeah, we can go back to Sam. How was your Christmas, though?
Just another day. I live a very boring life. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Word. Chase?
Well, Christmas was pretty...
Christmas Day and New Year.
Yeah, Christmas was pretty good. It was a little bit difficult at first because, well, my son with autism and all, the non-PC way to describe autism is the PC way is like, oh, they have is sometimes has trouble with social interactions and things like that. But if you are a parent and you're being real, is they have a hard time understanding how to not be an asshole. And
I had several asshole issues on both days.
So yeah, he got this karaoke machine. No, the karaoke machine was good. But he got this projector, right? And I know that I was talking about projectors or something just on the passing because I knew that projectors are cheaper than they used to be. Used to be like projector, that was like rich people shit, you know. And now like a good HD projector is less than $200. You know what I mean? But they had got one from like Kohl's or something. You know, it's just picked up for $40. It doesn't have HDMI. And he was like, I'm gonna plug this to the Xbox One. And I was like, before we get home, to get him ready, it's not gonna plug into the Xbox One. Xbox One is HDMI only. Just hold off. We'll figure it out. You can do and then it just become this big issue. And like all of a sudden, and like he was just so mad that like we weren't going to put it on the PlayStation or the Xbox. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, just like feeling it like as I was being the asshole, you know what I mean? But
it's like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, just wait. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna talk around my New Year's, but yeah.
But yeah, New Year's.
Some asshole things happen.
New Year's was pretty good. I didn't really do much. I just went. New Year's Eve is also my dad's birthday. He hasn't drank in a while. I took him a bottle of Jim Beam. And I'm actually thinking about working for the ABC store.
My girl used to work for the ABC store in Virginia. It kind of sucks. Like I don't know how it is down there, but here it's pretty.
But it's technically a.
What's wrong with it? Like, what did she say was wrong with it? What didn't she like about it?
It's you're just standing on your feet for like hours,
and then that was at GameStop.
Yeah, I worked at GameStop for a little bit, only for holiday season, so I didn't work there for very long. So I know that life.
But it seems like a GameStop-like job, except it's a government job. Because the ABC stores here, the liquor stores here are all owned by the government.
Yeah, it's the same thing here. But here's the thing: if you're gonna go there and you're not gonna be in a management position, you might as well go ahead and chalk that up and just chuck the deuce and just back up all that. Because, like, for real, it's not a win when you're just a regular old dude working at the cash at the cash register. Like the benefits are trash. Well, I know Virginia, benefits are trash. And like the working environment, like you have to think about it. Like, how many people come in there that are already drunk and they're just trying to get drunker? You have to deal with a whole lot. Are you
allowed to sell to them when you know that they're inebriated?
That I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever asked about that part. It's a hard life when you just a low man in a position like that. You technically you work for the government, but kind of don't. Like in Virginia, like that's how they look at it. Like, yeah, you work for the government, but kind of. It's just. And most of the positions in Virginia, especially when you start, are just part-time stuff anyway.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it because I was like, I didn't really look into it too much because I was just there and I was like, for one, the ABC store near me is very new and it's very nice. And I was like, they might need people. And I never really thought about it being a state job. Would I be like, can you sec you or something? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, but you're saying it's like minimum wage or what?
It's not minimum wage, but most of the stuff in Virginia, it starts you off at part-time. The money isn't good enough for you having to stand on your feet for hours and hours and hours on end. It's just a lot of things like that.
Because I'm getting like disenchanted with my job.
We all feel that way.
Because well, I mean, I can't say much, but it's like, okay, I drive a lot, right? Mm-hmm. And I get like, say I'm allotted like 75 miles a week. Well, I drive like 150 miles. So I'm not really getting paid for all those miles because we live out in the country. Even if we were in the city, we're still in the country because it's freaking North Carolina.
Right. Man, trying to get to my hotel room from your house was like the longest ride ever. Like, it was just absolutely like, how long is this really going to take? Is pretty much what I kept asking myself over and over again.
Right. So yeah, that's a thing. And then this past time, I was out of work for 2 weeks because people decided, well, it's Christmas time. We're going to like go to Florida for 2 weeks.
Oh.
And then my job couldn't find me anything else to do. So that was that.
Wow.
Yeah, that sucks.
And I was like talking to my, the guy over me, you know, like, isn't that kind of like detrimental to what I'm trying to do? Like, if person was on their own or whatnot, they wouldn't be able to do that. So, wouldn't it be you're not gonna be able to do this because you can't afford to do this? If I can't afford to do it, you wouldn't be able to afford to do it if you're doing what I'm trying to teach you to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
But he was like, "Oh, we can't really say that stuff." I was like, "Well, then nobody really has the interests of this person or my interests. You guys are a private company. I know that you guys are just in it for the Medicaid money, and I'm just about done with all that stuff. Because I'm just like, when I talk about what I do, like, it gets social standing. Oh man, you're such a good person for doing this. Yeah, it takes a very special person to do what you do. Yeah, because I make $11 an hour, and you know what I mean? Like, if I was working in a group home, which is harder than what I'm doing now, they make like $8 an hour. Making $8 an hour to like wipe people's butts and stuff. and they wonder why there's such a turnaround.
No, we good. No, we real good on that. Don't even worry about it.
I've been doing this type of stuff since 2010. Since you've been podcasting, I've been doing this type of stuff. I was about ready to I was like, hey, Marcus, teach me how to code.
Marcus was here. I'm mad about that because he posted that he stopped in Richmond to eat on his way home. And I'm like, why didn't you call me? Like, I would have at least tried to meet you and have some lunch and just kind of hang out for a few minutes while you was chilling. But like, no.
I just feel that I'm more invested at what I do, and there's not really much turnaround emotionally. Like you would think that, oh, well, the money's not there, but you're getting something. It makes you feel good, but it's not making me feel good. It feels like everything I'm doing isn't really showing for it, because what if I really done for this person, like in the long run, Right. And then when I really look at it, they're like, well, if you step back, it's a lot different than when you first started. And I'm like, yeah, but not like where it really, really needs to be. I don't know. Just got me feeling a certain way.
Okay. So, how was your New Year's? Because you went you went way over there. Like I thought we were talking about Christmas and New Year's, and it went way that way.
It was cool, which is funny because that's another thing. I never work any holidays, even the ones I want to, because I'm like, hey, oh man, you guys are back. Well, mind if I come tomorrow? Oh, it's a holiday. I'm like, why does that matter? Like, it's just New Year's. I get like freaking, I would get double pay because, so I've never actually got double pay because I don't work holidays.
Okay. I asked you how was your New Year's, and you went right back.
It's good. It was good. The cool thing about the new year is that it's now 2019, which means Disney is now a megacorp, and we're living in Akira or Blade Runner right now, and Disney owns everything, which is kind of true.
I mean, they own a lot media-wise. I'm not saying that they own that much outside of media. I mean, I don't know what the corporation really owns. You know what I mean? They could really own, they could own everything on the low. I mean, that's pretty much how this thing works. But, yeah. I was looking,
I just can't get out of this funk, can I? Trying to.
Okay. Somebody posted all of these science fiction movies and stuff like that were supposed to take place in 2019. It was like, yeah, we're nowhere close to any of that. Like, not a bit. Like, nothing about our society says that, like, Akira is going to happen. You know what I mean? But okay, so I'm going to talk about mine, and I'm going to be very brief. Christmas was teetering on disaster. So many things went wrong. I had to try to diffuse a situation between two people. It was just not the best day. Until later in the afternoon when the three of us, me, my girl, and my daughter, sat down and we played some Mario Kart on the Switch, and that was a lot of fun. That was a whole lot of fun. And that's the only reason why I bought Mario Kart. Like, I played Mario Kart outside of, like, the three of us sitting down. I played Mario Kart once.
I mean, who, even like hardcore Nintendo fans, does anybody I'm going to buy Mario Kart because I want to play single player. Nobody buys it just to play by themselves.
Exactly. But I spent full price on it. So I had to buy an extra controller because, of course, they use the Joy-Cons and I use the controller.
Fucking DS games are like still basically full price.
Yeah,
at least the good ones.
I want to buy one of those little like fake little controller things that you put the Joy-Cons in. I want that so bad. I don't want the steering wheel ones. I want the one that look like little controllers. And New Year's was actually going pretty well. And like when I cooked and like what I was supposed to be cooking, I realized that I was missing an ingredient way too late. So I just had to wing it and just go with something else. And everything was great until midnight happened, where my daughter did something unthinkable. And it was something that I specifically told her not to do. And I said it at least 3 times, do not do this. And the first thing that she did when midnight hit was do that exact thing. And I was very, very upset, to say the least. And apparently, okay, so I always thought of myself as just a big old teddy bear. A teddy bear that cuss. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's pretty much been like my MO. I'm a teddy bear that cuss a lot. But apparently when I get upset, I'm a grizzly bear. Even though like no one has ever been mauled by me, but apparently I'm really scary when I'm upset. And that part of it has been a lingering problem in my mind, because like I didn't know that I was that scary. I was just upset, and I thought that I had every right to be upset at the time, but apparently I kind of did a little too much. I didn't actually hit anybody or anything like that, but like my yelling, because I was furious at my child, like absolutely furious. So everything went from like, we were like right before midnight, we were playing Mario Kart again. Like 3 of us were sitting down playing Mario Kart, having a great time. And then Poopia said she was finished. And then she went in the room and made a phone call. And when she came back, I got a phone call, which turned everything. Like the day wasn't as good as the earlier in the day wasn't as good as I had hoped. I still got out of work early and all that other stuff because I had to work on New Year's Eve. And everything seemed to be going okay. And just like, it seemed to be all right. And then that one thing just derailed everybody's start to the new year. Everybody's. So my New Year started off terrible.
Well, now that I think about it, there was something on New Year's that was kind of different. Is we haven't lived like really around people in a while. Mm-hmm. And
did you get to play the game?
The game.
Yeah, the game. Where you listen and you try to decide whether it's gunshots or fireworks?
No, but it was like loud as crap, man. It was like sounded like machine guns and booms and it was like went on until like 3 a.m, and we were like, oh my goodness! Like I didn't know that New Year's was that big of a. What in the world is going on? And I was like, if they party like this on New Year's, and because I was like feeling something way, but well, if we recorded something at the house and it was loud, I don't want the neighbors to like feel a certain way, even though it's like not late at night or something. But if they're going to like freaking throw off fireworks on New Year's until 3 a.m, I think I'm entitled to like a couple of band practices on a Sunday afternoon.
Hell yeah.
I mean, damn.
I mean, they could just turn their TVs up and watch football loud. We can watch that football loud over the music. Music is helping your football. I still got a little bit of a cough. I still ain't all the way right from being sick a few weeks ago. I still ain't all the way right, and this is getting on my nerves. All right, so like, what do you want to get into first? Because I mean, over the past few weeks, I've watched and I've actually played a few things.
Nice.
What do you want to get into first?
Let's get into playing a few things, because that's a thing. That's a thing that none of us really do that much, right?
I don't do it as much as I used to. And I mean that in both ways. I don't do it as much as I used to. So like to get some time in and to play some stuff. I mean, getting a Switch was like, now, I have other things to do and I can take it with me type thing. But I'll let y'all go first. You want to start back with Sam?
Sure.
Past few weeks, what have you played?
All right, so I finished Red Dead. It's kind of been a while though. So I started playing Watch Dogs 2 again. I don't know if y'all ever played that one.
No, Chase bought it for me, and I installed it and never played it.
It's actually really good. It's a major step up from the first one. The first one was just complete trash.
I own the first one on PlayStation, and I have never played it.
I played like the first level of it, and I was like, "What is this? This is garbage." But the second one, though, it fixes a lot of what was wrong with the first one. Kind of like Assassin's Creed 2 fixed the problems of Assassin's Creed 1.
I forgot you were an Assassin's Creed person. Please tell me that you're not.
Okay. Well, trust me. The first one was the first Assassin's Creed.
The first one is the only one that I've played, and I completed the first one. Even with the difficulty at the end, I completed the first one. I started the second one, and then I've told this story many, many times, but I started it.
You're like sneaking around.
I started it on Xbox, and I got a little bit in. They had a Groupon deal for me to buy it. And the Groupon deal took so long to come in. By the time I got it, I sent it back. I game flew it. So I sent it back. I sent the one that I had back to GameFly, waiting for the one to come in for the PlayStation that I bought. And by the time I received it, I didn't care anymore. It took it took like 2 weeks. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it took over 10 business days for me to receive it after I bought it on Groupon. So I decided I'm never buying anything else from Groupon ever again.
Yeah, the thing about those early Assassin's Creed games is like the people that didn't quite get into it but kind of were interested in it, by the time they were kind of getting around to it, there's already a new one out yet again, and it's kind of a long game to be annualized, and I think they've learned that. I mean, that's been a while.
I mean, it's a long game to be annualized, and like the fact that you're basically just doing the same thing over and over again in the early ones.
Well, that's the first one. The second one, they switch it up a bit.
Okay.
But the second one is like, okay, defeat this dude, but you can't be detected at all. Or defeat this dude only using like your knives. Or follow this dude and like get him in the alley with like your poison. Or whatever, like in the first one, it was just like, okay, go kill this dude. All right, go kill this dude.
Yeah. Yeah, so go kill that dude. It was like, all right, I killed that dude. What do I do now? Yeah, go kill that other dude. Okay, I killed him. So, like, what do I do now? Yeah, you got another person to kill. Like, really? Like, is this all? Like, this is all you really gonna have me do? Like, okay, just go.
And then the guy's like, what is your job title? Well, assassin. Okay, then.
Exactly. It's like, you're an assassin, but like I'm supposed to do like other things. Like I'm supposed to be able to like sit on this thing, and for some reason, like in a crowded area and these people are walking past, for some reason I can hear just their conversation. Like like weird shit like that. Why is it I can only hear their conversation? Like I can filter out all of this noise and hear just that.
That's the sci-fi element.
And then, like, once you get halfway through the game, like, you can't go anywhere without somebody wanting to fight. It's like, bruh, I just want to listen to this conversation in this crowded area where I can only hear this conversation. Why are y'all trying to fight me right now?
At least the third one, when it comes to that, at least the third one made it to where you have to be right near them. Because it has a little circle thing where if you leave the circle, you can't hear nothing no more.
Okay, so which is weird because you all right. So any of us that's ever had a girl knows that there are times when your girl and you are walking somewhere and one of you is slightly in front of the other, and you start talking and you can't understand what the hell they're talking about at all. But for some reason in Assassin's Creed, everything just works out fine as long as I'm this close. Even if you're standing behind them, you hear everything clearly.
Maybe it has something to do with like the animus, the thing you were in. I don't know.
Yeah, I just found it to be a little bit weird. It's not like the worst thing ever, but just that one aspect of it has always been like weird. Because like there's times, I mean, my girl is like significantly shorter than I am. She's 5'4". So my legs are longer than her. So when we're walking somewhere, she kind of drifts behind a little bit, and I'm like talking to her, and she was just like, I have no idea what you're saying right now, right?
So how do we get on Assassin's Creed again?
We're talking about Watch Dogs 2 against Watch Dogs 1.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I bought it when it was on sale one time, and I was like, yeah, I can get 2 because it's co-op, and yeah, we never played it. I got it on PC too, so it should look awesome. But
oh yeah, which one? Because we're talking about 2 different games. 2 of which
Watch Dogs 2. Watch Dogs 2.
No, Watch Dogs 2 is really, really good. It was one of my favorites just because like it takes the whole open world GTA environment and switches it up with like your hacking shit. I mean, your hacking stuff with your phone.
You ain't gotta not cuss. This crazy, bro.
Well, hey man, new year, new me. Okay.
New year, new you.
No, I'm just trying to.
Yeah, when somebody posted a meme, and it's that meme of Sting where he's in the ring and he takes off his mask and he just has the face paint of the same thing underneath. Yeah. It was just like, this is all of the people who say "New Year, New Me." That was hilarious. All right, anything else you played?
Well, let's see here. Oh, I actually started God of War. I actually picked it up on Black Friday.
It's really good, but the controls
$17.
The controls are so weird. They're so weird.
It took a little while, but I got used to them. No, I know it's been a few weeks. The next time I play it, I'm gonna be like, "What?"
Right. That, you know what? That's the reason why I stopped playing. That's the reason why I stopped playing The Witcher 2, and it's the reason why I stopped playing that, and it's the reason why I stopped playing. Not Shadow of War, the first one?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The Lord of the Rings joint. Both of all of those games, I played it for like an hour and some change, and everything was fine. I left for a while, and when I came back, I had no idea what I was doing. Yeah,
that happens. Yeah, but no, God of War, it's really good. I beat the Stranger, and like I'm wondering, like, did my dad write Kratos' dialogue? Because holy crap! I have flashbacks.
Like all of us who had that kind of father all saw our fathers in Kratos. He never says that kid's name the whole game. He's just like, boy. Like I'm just like,
all right, Dad, what are we hunting?
Yeah, I know we're not really supposed to talk about him, but it always reminds me of that. It always reminds me of that Bill Cosby joke where he always referred.
My name is Damn It or something.
Yeah, damn it, and damn it, and Jesus Christ. Like that's how he referred to his children. And then he called Bill Cosby damn it. And he was like, no, I'm Jesus Christ. So, but like that reminds me because he never calls that kid by his name. It's just always like boy. But the beginning is like funny. It was like I saw my dad in this moment. All right, here's the moment that happened. It is very early in the game. Did she teach you how to hunt? Yeah, go get your gear. All right. So what are we hunting? You're hunting deer. Which way should I go? In the direction of deer. Like that is my dad, 100%. I saw in that moment. That was 100% my dad. Just like, go get your stuff. What are we hunting? You hunting deer. Like, okay. So which way should I go? In the direction of deer. That is 100% my dad. In that one section, I saw my dad, and like most of us see our father, and we had that kind of father. We see our fathers in Kratos, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, I was like, did my dad secretly write this dialogue? Because whoa.
Yeah. Oh, the video game awards. I didn't watch any of the video game awards, but I did see the clip where they were doing where they were presenting an award, and he's standing there with the kid, and he's just like, "Read the card, boy." Oh, he says, "Read it, boy." That was hilarious. I enjoyed that one moment, and that's the only thing I've seen from the video game awards at all.
You see, I played that, and I beat the stranger. That was like a very satisfying win when you finally do beat the guy.
Yeah, and it's so cinematic. Dude. It's so cinematic, and it's just it just feels like it feels like epic. Like they made like the idea that whole game is one continuous camera shot is amazing by itself, but like how it's demonstrated in just that fight, and that's like one of the first things you do in the game is like that thing is a showcase. I see why it won Game of the Year.
That fight era, how could I put this? It reminds me of like old school NES, Super NES boss battles where you have to learn the patterns and all this other stuff. They really took it back old school with that fight.
Yeah, Chase, you still haven't played yet, have you?
Mm-mm. Yeah, I haven't played any of the PlayStation exclusives. Actually, 2018 was pretty PlayStation
light.
Yeah, absent for me. But because I didn't play the new Heavy Rain game, I didn't play Spider-Man or God of War. So once I can get those games, I'm definitely going to try to go through the PlayStation exclusives.
I had Spider-Man for like a week, and then I traded that joint in.
That's weird because when I worked at GameStop, I stopped trading stuff in.
I wanted it out of my life. It was just like, it was okay. It was just like, I just didn't see a point to it anymore. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I told everybody like they were getting like super hype over Spider-Man and was talking about, oh, we got it and the Xbox don't. Like, yeah, you ain't gonna have it in 2 weeks either.
Like straight up, it's Arkham Knight. That's what it is.
Okay, I ain't like that game either. Well, I don't like those Batman games. I don't like sneaking.
Well, yeah, you don't like the sneaking around thing.
Yeah,
no, like it's the exact same fighting mechanic. It's the exact like the whole. Everything, the swinging around from like pillar to pillar. Yeah, it's the same game. It's just with the Spider-Man skin.
Wow. What else you got?
What was the last thing I played? I played a game called Tacoma. Chase is not what you think.
Actually, I just recently got that game for Steam.
Yeah, it's like did you ever play Gone Home? It's the same guy that made Gone Home. It's the same kind of game. It's like a walking simulator.
I was disappointed by Gone Home. Like, bruh, I got in a Humble Bundle or something like that, and I played through that thing, and I kept expecting, like, at the beginning of the game, you keep expecting something supernatural to happen, and it never happens. I don't care about spoiling this mess.
Well, I think that's the point. They wanted you to feel that way.
I was about. I need something. He put something. He put creepy sounds in the house to freak you out.
Yeah, screw that. All right, what else you got?
But yeah, I was playing the Tacoma. It's pretty much the same thing. You're in the future. You're arriving on this abandoned spaceship. It's like a working ship or something. I don't know what it is, but it's these people who are. It's kind of like their air ran out, and they could not radio for help, so they all died. And so you're basically in there piecing together what happened. And it's through their records, through their video files and everything, you're finding out little by little chunks of the story. So that's really good. It's by the guy who made Gone Home. It's okay. Awesome.
Word up.
That's it.
Chase?
All right. Well, last time we talked, I had just finished Modern Warfare 3. No, actually, did I finish Advanced Warfare?
No, you had just started Advanced Warfare. You finished 3 and you just started Advanced.
Okay, well, I finished Advanced Warfare and I like that a lot. I mean, I know we're not supposed to like Kevin Spacey or whatnot, but did
you press F for respect?
Of course. I'll press F for respect right now. But yeah, I finished that, and then it was really interesting because the guys who created Sledgehammer Games were the creators of Dead Space. So, but they actually
it makes sense now.
So, yeah, it does kind of make sense that was actually a pretty cinematic, for a Call of Duty game, well written story. You know what I mean? And
wait. Is Dead Space well written?
Well, I mean, well written as a game. I mean, things are scripted to make it a good game to where you're like freaked out and shit. Like the atmosphere and all that is technically writing as well because they have to. So, I think so.
Okay.
If
you say so.
So yeah, I dug that, and it was
because the whole, especially the first game, is all like shit's fucked up. You do it, but this other shit is fucked up. You do it. All of these things are happening. You do it. Like wait. Like we showed up as a team. I thought this was a team effort. Like why am I the team right now?
When in Modern Warfare 2, when you're going through the town, like your sergeant is like, Ramirez, go do that. Ramirez, go there.
Yeah,
like, dude, why don't you go do it?
Right. But I still say the best Modern Warfare video is in Modern Warfare 2 was the one with Shepard, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's another thing. I realized that Shepard is played by the guy who voiced Admiral Hackett, yes. And then what's his face, Sergeant? I can't remember his name. Is played by the guy. Is played by the guy who did Admiral damn.
One of the sergeants is played by the guy who did Keith David.
Yeah.
Anderson.
So it's like
Keith David.
It's funny because
say Keith David. Come on.
Yeah, it's funny because both of them voiced people in the game, and one of them is named Shepard.
Yes. But like the video at the time, and this is a little bit spoilery, but like who hasn't played Modern Warfare 2 at this point? Like when you're at the range at the beginning where you have to do the test, yeah. The person picks up the gun, turns around, shoots Shepard in the seat. It's like, and then the credits roll. Like just turns around, shoots Shepard, and shoots the gun, and then the credits roll. So I thought that's still funny to me. I don't care who you are. That's funny right there.
But yeah, I finished that, and then I started. Amber had got me Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice on PC because to kind of go with the new.
Isn't that going on Game Pass?
It is, but she got me a new headset, and she was like, "You need to play this on the new headset." And I was like, "Okay." So yeah, I played through that again, and of course, I love that game. It's a great experience, especially with a good headset. And after I finished that, I was like, I should check out some other games by these guys. So I bought Enslaved Odyssey to the West, but I haven't started it yet.
Oh, I hated that game.
Your favorite game?
I hate it. Oh my God, I hated that game. I refused to play it, but Blue sent me his. And like I had to do her like a review of it, but I hated the fuck out of that game. Like, but I'll put it like this: it's like super easy because like when you have to do traversal and like climb up walls and stuff like that, it's all highlighted for you, so you can't mess this up. Like it's, I hated that game so much.
But Sam, you really like that game?
No, Mike. Back when that game first came out, he was so against it.
Yeah.
Tell him why, though.
I mean, just the idea, like the whole idea of like this chick enslaving somebody to do her bidding. Well, of course, I'm black, so I got a problem with somebody being enslaved. And then you call him motherfucking Monkey. Like his name is motherfucking Monkey. And like all right. And then you meet in the game, you meet the most disgusting character in the history of disgustingness. And then like the fact that she, you know what, just play the game. Just play the game. I am going to tell you this. The ending is catastrophically stupid. Like, catastrophically stupid. Like, there is no other way to explain this. Like, I'm not going to explain anything else. Just like the premise of the show, the premise of it is supposed to be based off of Journey to the West, which is also what Dragon Ball was based off of. And that's why so many people were hyped about it. But I just couldn't, I couldn't find the thing in me that would make me care about these people, especially like knowing just the premise of the story about her, about her putting that collar on him and making him do her bidding.
But isn't she the bad guy?
No, she's not the bad guy. She just, she needed some muscle. He was muscle. All right, let me go ahead and put this collar on him, and I'll just control him to get him to do what I need him to do, which is not hot on these streets to your boy. And then, like I said, you meet another character, and that character is the most, like, hands down, the most disgusting person. Well, thing. He's not really a person. He's kind of a pig. He's, yeah. But that character.
So does the game kind of condone slavery?
No, it doesn't. But
okay.
Like, it's just like I couldn't feel anything. I couldn't feel anything other than disgust while playing that game. And that's personal to me. But like, and then the game itself, I know Blue loves it. Like I think Blue loves that game still. I just couldn't find it in me to really like go there with that game. Like, I just couldn't.
But yeah, I'll check it out, and then maybe you wouldn't like Hellblade. I don't know, because sometimes the kind of like not A tier. Well, I mean, I consider Hellblade an A tier game, but like just games like that, there are sort of kind of quirky experiences that are like I consider like really good. You don't like.
So I don't like a lot. So like, or I refuse to play something that I know that I'm not gonna like.
Right. For one, it's kind of difficult, but it's not difficult in the way that like Dark Souls is difficult, but it's definitely not a button masher. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to be like, I'm just going to hit X and things are just going to die. No.
Yeah. Oh, we'll get to that when I start talking about what I played.
But I started playing this game called Ruiner, and Jesus, this game's fucking awesome. But it's kind of a twin stick shooter, but not really. I started to play it with controller because that's what you play twin stick shooters with. And then I quickly found out that it plays more like Hotline Miami. Not with the difficulty, but just the controls. Like a twin stick is like you move with one stick, you shoot with the other stick. You're just using twin sticks. But
right.
This one is you move with one stick, you look with the other one, and you use the trigger to shoot because the reticle is going to be on, and that's much better.
That's how that Halo twin stick joint worked. You still had to pull the trigger to actually shoot.
Yeah, and that works better for me with mouse and keyboard. Like I just cannot aim with that type of, like with Hotline Miami. When I tried to play, I was like, how could anybody play this on a freaking controller and not freaking throw the controller through the screen? Because you had to be accurate in fucking Hotline Miami. But Ruiner is not as like that. I wouldn't call it an easy game, but it's not as like you turn this corner and you're dead type game. But it's really good because it's super cyberpunk. The music is absolutely incredible. It's super stylistic. And then like when you go through a certain fight, it would be like, oh, you got an A on this or you got a B on this. Oh, you got an S rating. Well, the girl that is like kind of telling you what to do, her name is just her. And when you do good, she'll like do this pose or whatever and be like, you did good, puppy. Well, she calls you puppy. But in the S ranking, at first you're muted. You're still.
That's the same. It's the same thing as the main character on American Gods.
But
his wife calls him puppy.
Oh, but she it flashed on the screen. I was like, huh, that looked weird. And then next time I got an S rating, I was like, wait a minute. And then I had to look it up. I was like, holy shit, she is not wearing pants. On the S ranking one, she has totally like dropped her pants.
Damn shame.
So yeah. Somebody was like, yeah, no, it's like a skin tight suit. I'm like, dude, why would it be a skin tight suit with no seams and it's the same color as her skin? She's not wearing pants. Try to justify it as much as you want. But yeah, it's really good. I really dig it. Like it's really satisfying when you get you beat a dude down so far and you can like do a special move and like blood just goes everywhere. It's a really satisfying game. And yeah, and the music is outstanding. But I really dug that. And I bought Diablo for PC on New Year's actually. And one of the main reasons I got that is because I was 20 hours behind on podcasts. What better game to play and listen to podcasts is Diablo, and it's on sale. So I was like, So yeah, I'm completely caught up on podcasts with a level 70 wizard.
I bought it. I haven't even started it. I installed it on my computer. Haven't started it.
Oh, cool.
I don't have it on PC. Well, can y'all play? Because do you still got a Mac?
Yeah, but I have a PC laptop. But like, I primarily use the Mac for gaming, even though I shouldn't. But whatever. My PC isn't strong enough to hold anything.
But Diablo should be playable on most anything.
Is it cross compatible?
Well, I'm not sure, but I mean, as of power, I think it's pretty optimized because I was able to play it on my old laptop and stuff. Because I played the starter edition or whatever on my laptop. Because I actually still had that wizard. That's the wizard I played. Is the one that I started with on the starter edition on my laptop.
Well, we should see about maybe doing a little co-op if we can.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man. I'm definitely down for some Diablo. That's my like just chill. I want to like.
I already own it on 3 platforms. I'm not buying it on another.
Well, the sale ends tomorrow, man.
Is there controller support? If there's no controller support, I ain't
you don't.
PC anyway.
I haven't even checked.
No, there's no controller support, but it's not like a shooter.
So you know what I say to that?
Well, Diablo is more like you're controlling it. It's like a freaking like your RimWorld games. It's not like you're not using WASD.
I know. And I'm not about that life. If you don't have controller support, it's a wrap. Especially because, like, you on PC.
So RimWorld, it don't have controller support. You're like, fuck that game.
It's not a shooter. It's a strategy game. It's a strategy.
Neither
game
is Diablo.
No,
Diablo is not a shooter.
No, but how I use it, especially when I'm a wizard, most of the time I rely on that beam. And that's basically a twin stick shooter.
Yeah, but you're mostly
wrong, Chase. Tell me I'm wrong, Chase.
You're just using the mouse, man. You're not even using the keyboard unless you're like using one of your powers, just pressing one. I mostly just sit back like this, use my mouse, and just go to town. If I need to hit, I'd reach up there and hit one to use a power. Like I play Diablo on PC like I do. I'm leaned back. I'm not up here. Oh my god! Get that headshot!
When I play RimWorld and Prison Architect, I still do mouse looking.
Mouse looking?
The edge screen, moving your mouse to the edge of the screen so that it'll move in the directions. I still do that. All right, are you finished?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing is Diablo for a while.
Okay, so we're pretty much going to have to wrap this up because we've already crossed an hour because somebody wanted to talk about his job situation. So I have.
That's what IRL's for, man.
It's okay. I'm just teasing. I have played on the Switch. I bought Diablo. I started a Necromancer because the Switch version has everything, including the Necromancer. You don't have to pay anything extra. Yeah, it was DLC.
Well, it's the Ultimate Edition, isn't it?
Yes.
Or the Enhanced Edition or something.
Yeah, so it has everything. So I started a Necromancer. I don't really love it. I think I'm like a level 20 right now, because I don't use my Switch that much.
Once you get that Necromancer kind of leveled up a lot, dude, it's like so easy mode.
Yeah, it's kind of easy mode right now. I probably should turn the difficulty up so I can level up faster. But so I've been playing that. I got the Mario Kart that I've already talked about, and I downloaded a bunch of demos. And two of the demos that I liked a whole lot was Monopoly and the Trivial Pursuit Live. And so I went to GameStop yesterday. And like you could buy it from the shop, but they're like $20 each. So I saw a pack where it had Monopoly, Trivial Pursuit Live, and Risk, which I've never played Risk ever. But it had those in a pack. But in GameStop, it was like $50. So I looked on my phone trying to see like what the price was if I buy them individually. And I saw that Best Buy had that same pack with all three for $20. So I had to drive all the way back to the other side of town to go to Best Buy, and I bought it. I played some Monopoly today, and I got my ass whooped because I keep trying to buy.
Were you the shoe or the spindle?
No, dog. I was apparently I was a dinosaur. I don't know why there's a dinosaur, but apparently there's a dinosaur. So I was.
Mind you, I haven't played Monopoly in 25 years. I'm pretty sure the little figures changed.
Yeah, they changed out the figures and they retire stuff. But in the game, like if you do certain things, there's like some sort of like, I don't know what you call it, like an achievement system, but that unlocks other things that you can use. And so when even though I lost because I did certain things, I did unlock a couple of extra things. So I played those. I did get the online service so I could play the Nintendo games. I'm still wondering why there's only just NES games in this thing. Like you could really open this up for your people. But I only really play Mario 3. So I can't really report like it's Mario 3, but on a weird controller because like, the Nintendo controller, the buttons were straight, and this one you have to use the A and B buttons, but it's in a diamond shape. So you still got to use the A and B buttons to play. And it's a little bit weird, because like that muscle memory of playing Mario, on a NES controller, it kind of goes away when the buttons aren't really in the same place.
That reminds me, I haven't plugged in my Classic in a while. I've taken it out twice.
I see NES Classics all the time. The Super Nintendo one, I would kind of be interested in. I mean, for Mario World.
I got that one, and it was the same thing as the Classic. I played with it for 5 minutes, and then I was like,
Yeah. So, and then I played those, and then I had my daughter, and she was playing through Mass Effect 3. So she finally made it to Mass Effect 3, so she was playing through Mass Effect 3, and she started over. That made me want to play, and then I finished before she did, so that's number 7 on the playthroughs of Mass Effect 3. So I played through Mass Effect 3, and then like she was trying to find something else to play, and I was suggesting things, and she was just like, that has too much killing, I want something with a story, so I put her on to Fable 2.
I heard you talk about that on Facetious.
Yeah, and then so she's playing Fable 2, but like she's not really taking it like, she didn't really do it how like we would have done it. Like if you go back and play Fable 2, like, I tried to help her because we all know that there's that part of Fable 2 where you leave for a little bit and everything changes. So I tried to talk her into, I was like, yo, you need to go get your family straight. You need to make sure that you buy a whole bunch of businesses and all the other stuff. You need to make this money. You need to upgrade your weapons, blah, 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 whatever, before you take this mission. The next day I go to work and I come back, she's already on that mission. I was like, did you do all of the stuff? No. And then there's times where I had to do stuff for her because she's a button masher. And like she wasn't leveling up her character, and like so she just kept dying. And I was like, yeah, because you have like you can like increase your health bar right now, right? And she was like, no. And then when I showed her how to do that, she didn't want to do it again because, of course, when you increase your character strength, they bulk up. And she just didn't want her character to look like that. And I'm just like, well, it's going to help you in the game not die every few seconds because she had died so much. You know, you get those little blue veins. They were just all over her whole body. Like she was basically blue. And then trying to show her how to do like the moves and stuff like that and how to do like the thing where you hold the button for a second and then it makes your controller vibrate and then you let it go and then it does the real hard swing or whatever. So I would go in, she was like, Daddy, I can't do this. So I would do it and I was like, this is how you do it. And then she would go, okay. And then I would leave and while I'm leaving, all I heard was, like, you're button mashing again. Like, I'll just tapping. And I'm like, what are you doing right now? Like, I just told you not to button mash. But, like, she just kept doing it over and over again. And I'm just like, all right, if that's how you want to do it, but that's how you're going to not progress the way that you want to, and you're just going to die and you become more and more blue. But I wanted to play, but I didn't realize that the edition that I had the DLC tied to the disc. So I downloaded it. And of course the Xbox only lets you have one save in one place. So like if I put it on the Xbox One, when I put it on the Xbox One, I only have that one save from the cloud saves. I can't save it anywhere else. But, on the 360, I have 4 saves because, I had a memory card, I had the cloud save, I had the internal memory, and I had the hard drive. So I could play through the game 4 times in 4 different ways. But I couldn't play the Xbox One because my save on the Xbox had the DLC, which I didn't realize was tied to the disc. And, she had the disc. So that sucked. I was going to cheat. And I was
it's just on the disc. It's not like on your account or anything.
Right. It's just on the disc. So when I pull it up on the Xbox One, it says that I hadn't paid for it. So it's, so it wouldn't let me get in so I could do the thing where I just give her a bunch of money. Because when I put the disc in and I played it for a second, the moment I entered the game, I got $3 million. Because of course it still builds up money while you're away. That type of stuff. So I played those, and I played a little bit of 2 Point Hospital, but not enough to talk about. I really want to play RimWorld because I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers that plays a different game. He tried to play a series of RimWorld, and he did it all the way wrong. And then got frustrated and was complaining about the game. And it was no, you did it wrong. There's nothing wrong with the game. You did everything wrong. But he made me really want to play some RimWorld. So I might do that sometime soon.
Don't you hate that when you're watching somebody on YouTube and you're like, you're doing it wrong?
Bruh, it's so crazy. It got to the point to where I even commented, this is how you do this, right? His complaints were things that you do realize that in order to do this, you just press that button, that one right there. If you press that button, you can do exactly what you keep saying that you don't know how to do or that the game is not letting you do. All you do is press that button right there, that one. Stuff like that. And he was just doing things all kinds of wrong. But I ended up commenting on the YouTube a little bit of stuff because had I tried to explain everything that he did wrong, that would have been paragraphs. It really would have been paragraphs.
Okay, here's where you messed up. Paragraph 1, paragraph 2.
Yeah, it's just okay, so for this, you need to do this, that, and that. And for that, you just didn't press that button. For this, and this is happening.
That's why people...
Go ahead.
No, that's why people make those reply videos. Because of stuff like that.
Yeah. And this has happened in the last month. This has happened to me twice. Somebody else picked up RimWorld, and he obviously had no idea how to play at all. but he is a semi-popular YouTuber with, over tens of thousands of followers. And like, what is little old me gonna say to him? You know what I mean? That happened. That did happen in the painting videos too. But that's a conversation for another day, because I think two of the larger painters that I follow started taking elements of my videos and putting it in theirs. And I ain't getting no shout out. So that's a problem, but that's a conversation for another day. But yeah, I think it's been over an hour, so we need to wrap this up. I guess we can come back again and talk about what we've been watching, because I've been watching some things. I started Runaways, and that's been interesting.
That Marvel joint.
Yeah, because I read it when there was a hurricane here years ago, a bad hurricane that knocked out all the power for like over a week. And so I had nothing to do, so I was going to Books A Million and buying those. So like the differences and stuff like that, and trying to see what I remember and what I don't, has been really interesting. And I did. You know what? We'll just do three things that we've been watching. So Runaways. I slogged through season 3 subbed of My Hero Academia, and I'm kind of all the way in. Like I'm looking up at like theory videos and all kinds of stuff. There's one theory that got me, yo. Like one of the villains might be actually related to one of the kids in the class. But like we don't.
What's your area of expertise?
Yeah. Do you know who I'm talking about, Chase?
Look at him. Wake up, Chase.
I'm just here, man.
Yeah, there's a theory that Dabi is related to Todoroki. He is the eldest Todoroki, as evidenced by his power and his scars, and something that his father said in the manga.
Diabetes.
Did they go hunt here?
Huh? All both of y'all said something at the same time. I didn't hear.
You said diabetes?
Diabetes. What?
No, I was saying, like, did he tell him to go hunt deer?
No, he probably should have. But I mean, if you want me to tell the story real quick, I can. I definitely
Chase,
can.
this is your area.
Okay, so one of the villains has like these scars, and like it looked like his parts of his face and his body have been stitched back together or stapled back together. And he has a fire power, and then like something that that Endeavor has said, like he had an older child, but his older child was weak because of the mom's ice ability made his skin not hold up to the fire. But he did say that his son's fire was hotter than his, but he wasn't the perfect balance that the one in the class is. That's the perfect balance between fire and ice. So he kind of pushed him aside, and the guy just got tired of his father being a dick, so he left. Well, if you look at Dabi, who was one of the bad guys, if you look at where his scars are, Endeavor, he has a fire ability, and he has fire like coming out of his body, including on his face, like his beard is fire.
Yeah, exactly, where his scars would be.
Right around his eyes and all that kind of stuff. So if this kid was trying to imitate his father, and his skin couldn't hold up, he would have scars in all of those same places that this bad guy has.
Right.
And so and then he did say that his son, the oldest son, had fire hotter than his. Well, Endeavor's is the orangey red fire. And if it's a hotter fire, what color is it?
Blue.
Exactly. And that's the exact color of Dabi's fire.
Yeah, Davi, when you said it earlier, it sounded like you said diabetes.
That's why. Okay. But yeah, so like people are saying that that he is the long lost kid or whatever. but they're also saying
Well, a lot of those new villains that are kind of coming into the what is it, the
League?
Yeah, the League of Villains or whatever, are like the age group of the kids in the class, like the girl and all that stuff. So they could be related in somehow, I mean, it's not that far fetched.
And there's also another theory that that All for One is Midoriya's dad.
That's a little bit more far fetched, but
that's a little bit more far fetched. But like, people seem to have some sort of evidence that might be the case, even though apparently in the manga, Midoriya's dad is seen to have his quirk was to breathe fire, which All for One can do way more than that.
Right.
So, but yeah, like there's all kinds of stuff, like people like releasing videos trying to figure out who the snitch is and all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, but yeah, I'm not going to talk about a third thing. I'll leave that for y'all. 3 things you've been watching. Sam, go.
All right. I've been watching The Good Place, which Mike, you know about that.
Oh, I love The Good Place. What was the last episode? Like, I think
it's coming back Thursday, I think. This Thursday or next Thursday. But it's coming back soon.
Okay.
But yeah, if you've ever watched the show, you can't really talk about it. That's the thing.
Yes.
You can't say too much about it because you will ruin it. If you say anything past the original premise, then you just spoiled it.
Yes. So I've said very little. I just tell people, just watch it.
Yeah. So the general idea is, Kristen Bell is dead, and she wakes up and she's in heaven, or the good place, and she meets all these interesting people, and she meets her soulmate, and they move in together. And then she reveals that this is in the first episode, this is in the pilot. She reveals that she was actually a very, very bad person, and they made a mistake. That's the show. And
hijinks go from there.
Yeah, and then hijinks ensue.
Exactly.
So, but it's really, really, the writing on there is really strong. Like, it's really excellent, and it has so many twists and turns. So yeah,
yes, and season two just is bonkers.
Yeah, and then the finale of season 3 just took it to a whole new level.
Yeah. So,
but I've been watching that. Go ahead.
No, it's just so. It's just really good, man. Like, it's just like really.
Has Blue gotten to that point yet that you were talking about?
I don't know. I don't think.
Have you gotten that text?
No, I don't think. I haven't gotten that text yet, but I know it's coming at some point.
Okay. Started watching. Just the way you guys talk about it, I started watching Black Lightning.
Really like Black Lightning.
Yeah. At first, I thought it was a comedy, just because like when I saw the trailer initially, when he's going in that hotel or whatever, and like the dude's holding the elevator for him, and he's like, "No, brother, got to take the stairs." That's why I thought it was a comedy. I was like, "Oh, this is gonna like."
He said something about watching his figure or something like that.
Yeah.
I like Scooter in there. Like, Scooter is amazing.
Yeah. No, remember I texted you. I was like, "Yo, is that Scooter?" Because I had no clue. Because I had not seen him in years. I had no idea what he looked like anymore. But yeah, some of the people I recognize from other things, like.
Did you see the episode with the original Kratos?
No, I haven't. Okay, here's the thing. I need to go back and go back to watching it again, because I was watching it while playing the game, and when you're distracted, the same thing happened with Star Wars Rebels, to where I was doing something else while it was on, and I went back and I was like, wait, what's going on? So same thing with Black Lightning. I think I'm on like episode 8 or 9 or something. But really, I think I stopped. The last thing I remember was going in the hotel.
Okay. Yeah, there's an episode that has Kyle Barker in there.
Okay.
And Max is in the current season.
Yeah, I heard about that when that happened. Let's see. So I started watching this show called God Friended Me. I don't know if you ever heard this one or not.
Yep.
God Friended Me. It's basically, remember the show Early Edition? It's basically Early Edition, but with Facebook.
Okay.
So it's this dude. He's an atheist, and he has an atheist podcast. And all of a sudden, on Facebook, he gets friended by an account called God, And so this account suggests other friends to him. And these other friends are people who need help, are in need. And he goes off and he does this.
So it's like True Calling.
Yeah, well, I never saw that, but I know what you're talking. But yeah, it's basically early edition mixed with Touched by an Angel. It's a lot of it is really far fetched and weird, only because there's a character on there who's a writer for like BuzzFeed, basically.
Okay.
And so they complain. Her boss complained to her like, "Look, you haven't written a thing in 6 months." And I'm like, "Wait a minute. I know these type of publications. You don't write anything in a week, and you're out of there.
Right.
How does she still have a corner office? She has a corner office, and she hasn't written a thing in 6 months." Like there's a lot of weird far-fetchedness about it, but it's a very charming show. Like you kind of sometimes in life you need this kind of sweet, kind of feel-good show, and that's what this is, and that's why I like it.
My girl started watching your favorite show.
Which one?
Oh, your probably least favorite show, The New Girl. Every time she's watching it, I think of you because I know how much you're read against it.
Oh, me and what's her name? The girl from Geeks of Color, Tamara.
Uh-huh.
That's also her least favorite show.
Yeah,
because she would always go on about. Oh, I think she just didn't like Zooey Deschanel. I think that was her problem.
Pretty much.
Especially that one iPhone commercial she had, where she's like, "Siri, tell me if it's raining outside."
You just look outside.
It was an older commercial. He's like, "Order soup for me. Play some music. Is it raining? Oh, is that rain I hear?"
Right. Fuck out of here. All right. Okay. But you said God Friended Me?
Yeah, God Friended Me. Yeah, it has Joe Morton.
Is it available to stream or you got to watch it on TV?
Let's see. I think it might just be like on your. Well, you don't have. You cut the cord, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's on cable providers on demand. But that's pretty much how I. Well, actually, I started watching it through iTunes. That's why. Okay. But no, yeah.
Is it
it's a charming show. It's a sweet, charming show.
Is it like a religious show or
Is it like what?
Like a religious show or?
No. They very, very rarely touch on religion outside of like his father is a preacher, and he's always fighting with his son about his non-belief. But it's not preachy at all. But
I didn't know if it was like kind of like
It's not on TBN. That's what I'm saying.
Like what was that movie about with Kevin Sorbo? And Kevin Sorbo was like an atheist professor, and then I didn't know if it was something like that.
It's not done by. See, I don't know if on Geeks of Color we have a thing called Brother White Movies.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you heard of it. There's the guy who directs most of these movies. He's a guy, David A.R. White. He used to be on Evening Shade, I think. So he was in a movie called Brother White, starring Carl Winslow, where he was like a white preacher going into the hood to fix their problems. And so ever since we've seen these movies, we call them Brother White movies. So that's pretty much it.
Okay. Chase, you got 3.
I haven't been watching anything.
Cool. We go ahead and wrap this up.
I never talked about what happened with the vape juice.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, she did it kind of fast. So she was looking. We were talking to you on the phone and stuff, but she forgot to put the nicotine strength. So we got all zeros.
Oh. And
she felt so bad about it that she bought me a mechanical gaming keyboard.
So what brand?
I'm not sure it was on Amazon, but it looks pretty sick. But we have ordered since then, but we haven't got it yet. So she ordered the bundle that was the milk bundle that was all like honey milk or milks and cereal and stuff like that.
Yeah, I seen that a few minutes ago.
And then she ordered a couple more, so it ended up being 760 mils. So, but we got a bunch of zero. But which is kind of cool for like if I'm podcasting, I can just vape, and then not have to worry about vaping too much while I'm podcasting. Because I'm going to vape more podcasting just because it's a social situation. You know what I mean?
Right. It's kind of like people who only smoke when they're around people who smoke.
Yeah.
That's because they're cheap and they don't want to buy cigarettes themselves. But
they just bump someone else a cigarette.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, all right. So this actually went pretty well.
Oh, and she got me this.
Oh,
nice.
That's nice. That's nice.
Nice.
I like that. For the people listening on the podcast, he got an N7 Mass Effect wallet.
Yeah, my old wallet was an N7 wallet, but I had got it before Mass Effect 3 came out, so it was literally falling apart. So, got me a new one.
Wow.
But this one is like kind of pleather, when the other one was kind of fuzzy. So this one don't seem like it would. That N7 like went away super fast on the other wallet, but that other wallet came from the GameStop rewards when they had that, where you can get little things for.
Oh, well, you used to be able to get physical merch. Yeah, you can't do that no more.
Yeah, so that's where that wallet come from.
Word. All right. So, y'all got shouties?
Shout out to Amber because she's everything, you know.
Aww.
Oh, and shout out to our Extra Life peeps, because our new Extra Life team is not good for gaming no more. It's called Mason's Little Warriors.
Word.
Huh.
I just did a painting for Biddle. Neef asked me to do a painting for Biddle, and I just did it yesterday. Like, it got really busy around the holidays, so I did it yesterday, and I think he likes it so far. So that's good, because it's a large painting. Like, it's a 20 by 20, and it's huge.
Oh, I keep thinking of stuff, but speaking of paintings, kind of speaking of paintings, me and my buddy finally have started working on recording some music. So we're trying to get that popping. We riffed for like.
You trying to get that popping? You've been hanging around me way too much.
Yeah. We riffed and droned and just stoned out for like 20 minutes, and I uploaded what we did to SoundCloud. And the cover, all our covers of what I think is going to feature Scar's paintings. All the covers are going to pretty much look the same, except for there's a different painting, the colors are different, and the album is a different name. To keep it like, have this unity to it, and have kind of an artistic feel, as well feeling, I don't know, for some reason your paintings look really good for doom metal covers, or especially psychedelic shit.
Yeah, I mean, I was high. I wasn't, just vaping a lot, but like, you know what? I really, when we were talking about vape juice, I really want to try some CBD vape juice, but it's so expensive. I just want to try it.
That grape candy's good though, man.
I told you.
It tastes less. I mean, I get a little Jolly Rancher, but to me it tastes more like grape Kool-Aid, like a really sweet grape Kool-Aid. It's good.
I can see that. All right, Sam, you got any shout outs? Anybody you want to say something to?
No, not right now. I'm good. Shout out to you for having me here. Having me here in general.
This family, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we do. It's this family. And you can't do no shout out. Shout out to Q3PO. That you should know Q3PO from like the first episode of Scarcastle. He was on the first episode.
Was he on the Mass Effect episode?
Yes.
Yeah, because I listened to the episode not too long ago.
Yeah, the Mass Effect, the Angry Geeks with Open Scars episode.
It's the one where you guys talk about your what
it was
you think.
It was before Mass Effect 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, we call it the Angry Geeks with Open Scars.
Oh, was that the one where y'all like talked about your expectations or something? For the
Yes, and I was so wrong. Like, no, I didn't. I wouldn't say I was wrong, but the one thing I said I did not want was Earth to be the focus in any way, shape, or form, because Earth wasn't a factor for the whole series, and then everything happened at Earth. Like, word for real. Like, that's how you gonna do? So, yeah.
But there's a lot you guys are pretty fucking spot on with.
Yeah, yeah, for real. like what my daughter was playing and what I was playing, because for some reason it wasn't working and she didn't have her save from 2 when she started this new playthrough, and like everybody died. I'm talking like everybody died. Like I had to like look up some stuff on how to keep certain people alive. Like that's how bad it was. But like if you don't have a save from 2 when you play 3, like you lose so many people. Like way more people die, and there's gets to be points like when you have the Korean Geth arc, like you have to choose which one you want to save because you can't save them both. If you roll with the Geth, Tally's gonna jump off that edge, and if you roll with the Koreans, either you or her will kill the Geth VI, because if you don't have a 2 save, it's the Geth VI and it's not Legion. So like it's bad. Like her playthrough is terrible. Like when she did the Citadel DLC, the picture that you take at the end is sparse. Like it's nowhere near enough people. But yeah, man. All right, so for me, shout out to the people. Shout out to all the people that are going to start catching these live shows. Hopefully, all of the people who are going to listen on the feed later, we appreciate you. And you know, I used to say this all the time, but like it's a line that I got from Jay-Z. Like you could have been anywhere in the world, but for these few minutes, you chose to spend your time with us, and we appreciate that. So, thank you. So for Sam and Chase, I'm Scarfinger. This is Scarkism. We out of here. Peace out. To the Warriors, yo.
Later. Check the show notes. Links to the live shows.
All the stuff.
All the stuff.
I like that shit, yeah, boy. Look, I'm telling you, Whoa. I'm telling. All right, I ain't gonna talk.